Hey, so back with another update, back with another video. Um, and it's not the best news, I guess, to say, but after the most recent CAT scan, I finished my radiation, waited a bunch of weeks, 5 weeks, got my most recent CAT scan, and here I am again, telling everyone I got cancer. Still, it was found in me in two different places this time. So again, in my throat where it was originally, back again, um, which is so annoying because I got so much radiation over here. We didn't think to do anything in the throat because, by all accounts, the surgeon went in there. He looked down in there and he saw healthy tissue, didn't see much going on. Obviously, there was always a concern, so he was looking, didn't see much. Even my ENT doing scopes and stuff post-surgery was seeing healthy tissue. So, but it picked up on the scan. Might be just a small, tiny trace amount, but it was there. And a second location in my adrenal gland. Doctor's like, if we had to remove that, you got two. You don't need one of them. So, but it's closer to my stomach now, which is concerning that it moved. And we're just assuming this is the same type of cancer as what they discovered in the pathology from the surgery, which is that nut carcinoma, very rare stuff. It apparently aggressively returns in their research. So had that scan like 2 weeks ago on a Monday. Results came in a couple of days later. Doctor looked at it all. I went into the office on that following Friday for basically a discussion on the situation. And this ain't easy. This ain't easy at all. It's very, very difficult to stay positive about the situation because all you could think about is this thing is trying to kill me. And am I going to make it? Can I survive it? Do I have enough in me to fight it? And even if I did, is this just inevitable? All these questions are going through my head, and it's scary. And I'm holding on to Jesus. I'm holding on to God. It's the only thing that I could really get my hands around. Not just my heart, my mind, but I feel like I get my hands around that. I'm gonna hold on to that. That I'm gonna feel somebody grabbing me by my hands and pulling me through this. But there's still a process to be done. We talked on Friday about what the treatment step will be. And obviously radiation, I've done it twice now, and you're not even supposed to do it twice. Especially in the short time frame that I got it in, one right after another. Is chemo in the picture? Chemo can be in the picture. Even radiation might be in the picture, but it's got to be at a low dose. Unfortunately, it can't. Otherwise, it'll do me more harm than good. So, we revisited the clinical trial at MD Anderson in Houston, Texas. My doctor, even before my Friday visit, was already working on it, contacting them, sending them lab results, sending them the CAT scan results. He made me do blood work that afternoon. We sent it off to the hospital. All my levels in my blood looked good to where if I were to go into this clinical trial, I'll be a good candidate for it. because they want to make sure your kidneys and your liver are good functioning in order to take the drug that they give you. I don't even know what the drug is. But my doctor did some research. He checked into Sloan Kettering in New York. He checked Harvard researchers, Yale researchers, and of everyone, only MD Anderson is doing a clinical trial in practice right now. He sent us a message yesterday morning or the day before that there's some rumors that UNC Chapel Hill is about to do a clinical trial too. Maybe that's in my future. I don't know. But unfortunately, time is of the essence, so I got to get moving on this. We've already contacted MD Anderson, and they called yesterday. Just a preliminary phone call. You know, they don't give you much information. The lady was just calling to verify we received the referral. Just wanted to check your name, address, phone number, still all the same as what we have. That nothing new has happened compared to what they have in their notes and what my insurance is. And my insurance is not going to cover this. This is an out-of-state thing. You know, in Texas, they're not going to take North Carolina state Medicaid, unfortunately. And it's expensive. It's going to be $7,100 or $4,100 just to get the first visit with them. And that first visit is just for them to do some tests on me to see if I am a viable candidate for the trial. So there's not even a guarantee that I'll be in the trial. And then the trial, if I am in it, or get accepted, whatever you want to call it, is going to be like another 30, 40 grand. And I'm broke. I got nothing. Past year and a half, took my savings, took my emergency fund, took everything. And I can't let this beat me, because if it does, then I'm a failure as a parent and a provider, because I made mistakes previous to all of this. I don't have a backup plan. I don't have investments. I don't have an insurance policy for my family if I leave them behind here in this world. So my only option is to beat this. And I have family who is literally willing to sell the house to help me out here. And we don't want that to be the case, obviously, but that's you know, my parents have been great. They just keep telling me, don't worry about the money. You know, don't worry about the money. We'll take care of it. But it makes me sad that they have to say that I'm putting them in this position. I feel a lot of guilt for that. Even though I didn't make myself have cancer, but I should have put myself in better situations throughout my life. I made mistakes. Mistakes that I regret fully and have asked God for forgiveness for. And I'm trying to go through this process now of forgiving myself for these things so that I could accept that God has got his arms open for me. But this is tough. And what's been pretty tough the last day or two is telling the kids what the situation is without scaring them, you know. But I know that in the back of their heads, they're thinking scary thoughts too. And I don't know, I'm not very good at showing my emotion with the kids, and I should be better. And I think that's going to change starting today. I think I'm going to start, you know, you reflect on things in situations like this in your life. So I gotta make a change in that area and tell my kids more often that I love them and I'm proud of them, because I am always. I just have never expressed it very well. It's a stupid, prideful man thing, I guess. You don't show your emotions. And I'm not talking about being able to cry or any of that bullshit. I'm just talking about just communicating, like, hey, I love you and I'm proud of you. I need to do that more. And I've told a few people outside of the family, my boss, one of my colleagues. I haven't really made a big announcement on anything. Obviously, I'm doing this video, but no one watches these videos, so I'm really just doing this as a video log or diary. Like I've always said, is this more for me than anyone else? But then again, if ever it comes a day where I'm not around, then maybe somebody will enjoy these videos just for my family anyway. But I gotta stay busy and focused on things, otherwise my mind goes to dark places. I still have I have difficulty controlling that. I do. I'm praying more, and I feel more of a connection with God. But I also have more questions in my mind about, okay, I believe that I could be saved in all this, but what does that look like? Does it mean that I'll still die and go to heaven and be saved in that regard? That's a total possibility. And maybe I do it peacefully, and maybe something happens where I'm reassured that my family will be okay when I'm gone, if that happens. Or I come through this healthy and whole and restored, by the hand of God. Him working through all the nurses and doctors to make that happen for me. And all the prayers that I get from my church family and my immediate family and my friends and my work family. Maybe that's how it happens. So it's not so much if it's going to happen. I now wonder, how is it going to happen? And I look forward to the achievement when it does. And I look forward to being able to, I have sometimes I picture in my mind when I go to church, being able to go up, I see people tell stories about how they had hardship and they came out of it with the help of God and family and friends. And I think to myself sometimes, like, maybe one day I'll be up on that stage telling everyone, like, my story and how I went through this. I'd like to be in that position one day. I really would. I would like to be there to tell other people who might be having a hard time, stay the course and keep your faith and know confidently that Jesus has you and you will get through this. I want to be able to tell people that one day. That puts a smile on my face to think about them. So today I'm going for a PET scan. We're going to check my whole body. The last CAT scan was only my upper body. But now we're going to check the whole body, see if anything is anywhere else, just to be sure. We are going to analyze that. If there happens to be cancer in a place where they could do a biopsy, that might be on the table as an option. But what I'm expecting is that there will be no additional cancer. I feel good. Yes, I have bad days where I feel pain in certain areas in my neck and shoulder. I've had that since the surgery. I have nerve damage there. I have muscles that aren't there anymore. There's little to no lymph nodes there, so circulation is poor. But I have been improving since the surgery, and I have been feeling better. And I've had more energy overall, progressing. And when he told me they still had found cancer in my body, I'm like, I don't feel like it. My throat's a little more raspy, so I understand. When they said it was in my throat, I thought, okay, maybe that's why my vocal cords are not 100% from all the radiation treatment the first time, and that's okay. But my mind and will and energy is strong. So this is just the fact that they found cancer is just like foreign to me, and I don't feel like it actually is there. It feels like to me that maybe this is just some weird trace amount that the next medication is going to take care of easier, and God will me through this. Will get me through this much easier than the last 2 times I had treatment. I feel strong right now, So that's where I'm at, I guess. Mentally, I'm trying not to think about it, and sometimes in your head, trying not to think about it, it makes you think about it. So I guess the key is to get physically busy with something, stay on task, and try to just enjoy the moment, be appreciative and gracious for what you have in front of you and what's in your hands now. Be productive in life, and you'll be okay. So I guess that's the key to each day that I wake up. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll do another update once I find out more. But for now, that's where I'm at today. So, PET scan, and waiting for MD Anderson to call me back to talk about scheduling a visit. So I might be traveling next week. Maybe I'll do a video from there. We'll see how it goes. And doors will open if God deems that it be so, I believe. And if doors close for me, then it's not meant to be. And I will work on accepting my life, accepting God's restoration, no matter what the outcome is and how it manifests. So that's what I'm doing. That's where I'm at right now. I'll get back to you on the next one.